Hello? Yeah, I'm guessing the quality, the voice is good. Okay, we're gonna be entering Lanedale, Royal Capital. What was I doing here? Okay. Hello to my one viewer. Hope you're having a good day. Making sure the game runs well. Okay, that's good enough. I guess I'll just head straight there. Did I have anything else to do on the way? I don't think so. It's better if I just get there. Because I said entering Lanedale, entering the Golden City, but I've already entered. I've already gotten the first thing.
Bulk ready to make a jump.
Yeah, I don't get what the alteration's about. Blide's armor. It's so sad. I had to kill Blide recently. I should check out.
Oh, go, please.
Yes, I'm going. I should check out how good Blide's armor is. Pretty bad. But it could potentially be good depending on the situation. Man, I love this game. The shadows aren't loading incorrectly, but that's fine. This game is so next level that I can forgive it for a couple of things. Are you an enemy? Are you an enemy? I don't want to kill these things. Wait, I didn't need any souls for that, did I? I wonder if that's a literal. Oh shit. How's it hitting me? Oh, what the hell? Oh man, this place is gonna get crazy, isn't it? Golden Rune 7. Maybe I should like monologue while I play this game so it's not just me playing. Monologue about what though? Actually I could. Since I'm going to be releasing a new Free Will video this Friday, I could explain what that's all about. I could potentially explain what the next one after that's going to be about. I think I will a little bit. I don't... yeah, maybe just to articulate a little bit, because I do need to clarify what that argument is, even for myself. Where should I go with it? Consciousness? Okay, yeah, I'll talk about consciousness. There's a few things I'd like to say about consciousness and the relationship between consciousness and free will, in that the more conscious we are of anything, the more free will we have over it, generally speaking. Now, how do I characterize that relationship? Well, if you want to have free will over anything, consciousness is is a crucial step. Because, well, hold on. There's so many things that so many ways I can explain this. Well, yeah, some of my presuppositions are important to grasp. And I died. Maybe I shouldn't monologue too much. Yeah, where is this even going? Like, I just found like a random pathway. Yeah, the idea is that if you were... Well, okay, well... If you wanted... Okay, let's say you have any specific goal. And those goals can be characterized in a number of different ways. Let's take the example of wanting to alter your own genetics. A goal like that is not really possible without like the prerequisite consciousness that allows you to do that. And of course, you might be conscious of a lot, but that consciousness still might not be sufficient for the task. Like if you don't know how to, or what kind of mechanisms you could employ to alter your own genetic code, then the task is just more difficult. Because again, I've defined free will in terms of the capacity to overcome obstacles to what it is that you want to do. But whatever you want to do might have obstacles that are extremely difficult to overcome, especially something like that. But they're not impossible. Like, it just takes a lot more effort. No, please don't shoot me again. I'm not really on my game here. Both, neither with respect to what I'm trying to explain, nor with the game itself. Probably want to just sneak up on these guys and use something like this. Yeah, probably like a waste of magic, but the fact that there were a lot of them is kind of giving me be wary of ill-omened creature, but jumping ahead. I do see an ill-omened creature there. God, there's so many pathways to take. How am I supposed to play this game? There's so much. Ugh. It's gonna hurt my head doing all this. But I'll continue my discussion. So, to alter your genetic code would have seemed impossible until relatively recently, when we've discovered a way to do it. And so, that possibility has now opened up to us thanks to our deepened level of consciousness. And so what was previously impossible, first of all, previously inconceivable, but now it has become conceivable because we've discovered DNA and understood the relationship between DNA and you know, our bodies and the way our bodies form. So we've discovered that recently, so that's given us some consciousness to be able to do something about it, but not enough, because it still seems very difficult to be able to alter our own genetics. Well, we've discovered something like CRISPR-Cas9, which gives us a tool to be able to do it. So what was once previously inconceivable is now more conceivable. I can hit him. Okay, well. I should craft some more arrows. Fletched arrows. How many foot pinions do I have? How many could I make if I just wanted to make them all? It's not really much, but eh. And I think I have other arrows as well. Hold on, what's it? Wait, what else have I got? Got my blood arrows. Yeah, maybe I should just use up some of these before I... Yeah, because this is a good one. Okay, let's use up my fire arrows up before I use my blood arrows. Still nobody viewing, so I'm just talking to myself here. But hopefully whoever views this, if you happen to view this, yeah, if you happen to view this after I'm streaming, that's what I'm going to be talking about in my next video. The video after I release the one about sentience, which is coming up on Friday. Okay, so this is where I was. Should I go that... Which is... okay, let's just activate this. See where it goes for a sec. Yeah, let's just... Lots of cool enemies so far. Perfumers? Nah, I'm not dealing with you right now. Okay, let's go up. Go in that direction that was hinted at by that note. And see what's there. But to continue the discussion... Like, I hope that example just pretty much gets at what it is that I'm trying to talk about. But, you know, there's other things that... There's a kind of... I don't know how to describe this. Like, there's a kind of way to show that anything you argue can, let's say, take away your free will or undermines the notion of you having free will, anything like that, you can show that consciousness is a tool to overcome it. Not always seamlessly, not always in a way that guarantees you'll have power over it, but the fact that consciousness can lead you to can kind of guide you towards overcoming whatever it is that's, let's say, hindering you, shows that you must have free will. And if you had consciousness of everything, you would have maximum free will. Of course, you can't be conscious of everything, but generally you can be conscious of a lot of things. And like one of the things I'm going to bring up is the fact that education is one tool for increasing your consciousness. God, look at this city. Love the architecture. I got to show this to my girlfriend after. I'll stream it to her and let her look at things and take screenshots. Good, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's try to jump over here. Why didn't he take fall damage? Hello to my one viewer. I don't know how much of that you heard, but I was discussing free will. Be wary of enemy. Is there anyone else I can go before I go there? The city does look very open, surprisingly. Nice. Golden Rune 9. Okay, do I go that way or do I go going this way? I was thinking get onto like a lot of the roofs here. The city is really well, really accessible. Ooh, this is a different looking one. A lot of the items I'm picking up are just runes. Not much loot in the way of other things, but that's fine. I'm sure I'll start picking up loot soon. Is this the end? Not possible to get back up there. Ooh. Oh, it's gonna be a rune. Oh, smithing stone. My dog wants to come into the room 1 second. He's probably gonna want to leave right after, but I'll let him in for now. Oh, come on. Hello to my. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Why did I miss? Could have died there. But yeah, hello to my 3 viewers. That's many times more than there were previously. I was gonna say 3 times more, but 3 times 0 is 0. Oof. Oh, what? 1 hit? Come on, man. I don't even know where this is. How am I gonna get back here? Okay, gotta be careful with these knights. They're actually tougher than they look. If any of you want to say anything, please feel free to. And have a chat. But if you don't want to, that's cool. I still have a lot of like upgrade potential for this weapon. I don't want to upgrade things too much because for the weapon and just playing shitty music. What? What do you want, buddy? ¿Qué pasa? Wonder what happens. Well, I can go here. Okay, wonder what happens if I put this up. And then, is there anything down here? Kind of is. Okay, let's go. Maybe I shouldn't be using lightning against these guys. Oh. I'm dead. Oh, I'm alive. Oh crap. Okay, they're resistant to bleed, they're resistant to lightning. Ooh, Miko has lilies. Das Tür ist nicht offenbar. Oh man. I'm going to get used to fighting these guys. Partisan. I mean, that was pretty cool actually. What was that? Oh, I already have one. For one of my two viewers, hope one of you says something, so that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. I was going off a second ago about free will and what I'm planning for my next video. Next video as in next after the one I'm uploading on Friday. I don't know where I am. Why am I getting so many, like, I know 300 isn't a lot, but it's too much for these guys who are just sleeping. Just wait a sec. Before I rush in there. Like, I'm in some guy's house. This is so cool. Like, it just... the atmosphere of this place is incredible. It really does feel like a city. The question is, why isn't it inhabited? And that's one of the things these games lack, is like the sense that the world is actually lived in by like ordinary things. It's always like things that want to kill you. And like, yeah, I know like the setting is such that this place is messed up. But still, you know. Like, yeah, the world is has been shattered. I get that. But still, it would be nice to have like a city or something that's actually lived in. Thought I can get him from there. Shit. These guys hard. Oh, come on! Lost my souls too. Okay, I know where to go to get here. And there's nothing to find. What? My dog is looking at my mug and barking at it. Here, do you want to go outside? Go back outside. You're not welcome in here anymore. Because you're being a nuisance. Yeah, I've barely progressed in this city so far. Because I haven't been playing super well. It's a good thing that I sent this up. I don't know if using magic is the most necessary thing against those guys. They don't seem that hard. Preserving boluses. Why am I picking a fight with this guy right now? Oh, he's just coming straight for me. Is he gonna go over this thing? No, not. Sorry, I thought I could get to the edge of this staircase. Yeah, okay. I'm getting a lot of drops because I have a high arcane. Not that these are good drops necessarily, but... Shit. Oh, what the hell? That's so much damage. Barely survived that. Then I died to that. I'm trying to grab my souls. What the hell, man? Why? How does he have a rapidly... Look at that crossbow. Do I have that crossbow? I might have that crossbow. Might need like completely different gear if I want to do this place, because it's actually surprisingly challenging. I thought I would be going through it like a breeze. How did I hit this guy last time? Yeah, I killed this spear guy already. Once. Should I just go full dragon on him? Wait, if that's one of the perfumes that you can just give yourself one of those shields, that would be pretty overpowered. Hot spoon, 5. Warming stone, 5. But I have 3 viewers now, or at least that's what Streamlabs is telling me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is it the same guy I fought over here? Looks like it. And then there's going to be a guy guarding something over here, but I can't actually go there, so no point of fighting him. And now I have 1 viewer. Yay. No item ahead. ¿Por qué? I'm learning Spanish right now. So sorry if I... And also French, simultaneously. So sorry if I throw in... random French and Spanish every once in a while. Yeah, I don't really know a long ass animation for killing that guy. In a sense, that guy won the fight because he wasted my time ever so slightly. Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to do... There's a way to do this so that, like, it's way more seamless. You guys want to know what book I've been reading recently? I've been reading Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. I don't even know why. How did I even get the idea to read it? I've been reading more novels than I used to be. I used to not read at all, very seldomly. But then I started to realize I like reading novels a lot more than like watching movies, because I've noticed in movies or in novels it really fleshes out things and really fleshes out characters. For example, I recently watched Dune, the second Dune movie, and as good as it was really good. It was an amazing movie, but I still didn't like it as much as I liked the book. Yeah, and so why am I reading Blood Meridian? Seedbed Curse. Okay. To better understand America. I consider it one of like the best American books. One of the great American books. and I just heard a lot of good things about it, and it seemed really good. It seemed to touch upon a lot of themes that have crossed my mind of late. So, yeah, those are some reasons. And reading it, it's really beautifully written, like exquisitely beautifully written. But like the surprising thing is like an author with this much talent for writing, and he chooses to write about this particular thing. If you don't know what it's about basically this kid who doesn't really have a place in the world, who's really violent, just kind of like going wherever the world takes him in America, in the South. I think right after or right before the right after the Mexican American War. The whole book is extremely violent, really bloody. Yeah, I guess like the main thing about the book is just how extreme violence could get, especially in a place with no order or law, no law and order, like America during that time. Yeah, and it's just like the depths of depravity people can get to in a place filled with lawlessness. Filled with lawlessness? It's not filled with lawlessness. It just is lawless. But yeah, so he has this amazing talent for writing. Writes like I've never seen somebody write. Just like it's not even that he like. So a lot of the scenes in the book are just describing walking, and like yeah, that sounds boring. And it kind of is, but like just the way it's written makes it so interesting because it's not just that he tells you what this place looks like; he tells you also how to feel about it. Like the mood, the way he sets the mood using the language is just so good. I've never read a writer like that, who's just so confident with words, and like apparently he like spent like an enormous amount of time just editing and re-editing and refining his work till he thought it was absolutely perfect, and respect for that. But you can tell like a huge amount of work went into it. But like I said, it's like surprising that a guy with this much talent chooses to write about this. It's like imagine like the most amazing painter in the world, the most incredible like he has the most talent ever, and he chooses to paint dog shit. it's and it's not like the book itself is dog shit. It's just like very dark and very despairing. It feels very hopeless, and it feels very cynical, I would say. So yeah, also playing music. But yeah, it's been a good read so far. Nobody's replying. Nobody's engaging with what I'm saying, and only one person is watching. I'm wondering, are you subscribers or? I mean, how did you come across this video? Whatever, I'm having fun playing the game, and I'm playing it for you, and I'm talking at the same time, and I'd always like to practice my speaking, so it's good regardless. So there's nothing in this courtyard. Gonna go over here, jump down that way. Sorry, I just wanted to break some plans using my special. Okay, where should I go? If I go out this way, I'm on the streets again, right? Maybe I should go back and jump on that roof? Okay, let's explore the streets a little bit. Just want to find a bonfire. What is this? Why is this? Bonfire. I'm inside of Grace. Oh shit. Nice. Good kill. Good kill. But yeah, if you have any questions about Blood Meridian, should I make like a video about it or something? I don't know. I don't know if it's if it's thematically consistent with what my channel's about. I also read a book called 1Q84, and I probably need to reread it because I have no idea what the hell it's about. It definitely has some deep Jungian psychological meaning that I'm just completely oblivious to. I do have some ideas about what it could mean, but the book itself is very... It doesn't explain itself. It doesn't explain what's really going on. But yeah, it's a good one. It was good. It was definitely a good read. Yikes. Oh shit, there's two of these guys? Oh, and there's so many more. Great. Great. I'm going to get to a better position. Defensive position. Will these guys jump this fence? Huh. Okay. I have a plan. I'm going to maybe use this. It's not hitting them. Gonna hit them a little bit. Try this instead. Okay, that worked. I have no magic left though. Ah! Come on, get me back on this head! Nice. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. That was a strange encounter. Anything else down this way? Imp head corpse. Where are my imp heads? Where are my imp heads? There are my imp heads. Not bad. Not good though. This was my... One of these was my best helmet for a while that I just wore for so much of the game. Hello to my 3 viewers. I was just discussing how I'm reading a book called Blood Meridian. It's a Western. It's good. It's really amazing writing. And I think it is actually helping to improve my writing by reading it. It's making me more just like kind of go for it with trying to make metaphors and stuff. Rather than being cautious about that and thinking like, well, is somebody going to understand this metaphor? Like, man, I don't care. You don't understand it, you don't understand it, but I'm still going to go for it. That's the kind of attitude that is breeding within me. It's really good. It's a really good book. But I don't know if I'd recommend it, honestly. I feel like I'm at a stage in my life where I'd like a book like this, but if I had to read this maybe like when I was in high school or when I was in university, I would consider it so terrible. This definitely would not appeal to me at all. Okay, don't want to head down that way just yet. Just check out. This city is freaking huge, man. I don't know how anybody's supposed to explore this place. Be wary of right. That is something to be wary about. That's also something to be wary about. Gold Fang. Were they eating another dog? No, they're eating a guy. Okay, that's fine. Cannibalism's not fine, but eating people, that's fine. But yeah, I don't even know where to go in this city. It's absolutely enormous. And looks like there's so many different paths you could take. Like, where I am currently seems like a dead end, but... prior to this. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Where was it that I saw? Yeah, maybe down this way a little bit. This looks like a corner of the city, so maybe I can just go down here. Maybe there'll be a save spot, because I could really use one at this point. Need my magic flasks. Maybe I can even swap some flasks. Oh, is that the light of grace? Fucking fuck. It's not the light of grace. It's the light of death. 4 viewers, that's more than I've had so far. It was hovering around 3. Wondering if some of you are the same guys. Also wondering if you guys are actually trying to chat with me and I haven't noticed. Oh, what the hell? There have been, this whole time, messages. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, so my Streamlabs hasn't been showing me the messages, but if I sign into my YouTube, I can see them there. I'm so sorry. Watch me do stuff. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're still watching. And Red Sham, what's been prompting the Free Will series? I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. Well, okay, I have talked about it before. If I could, so like at some point, I think when I was in university, it just clicked. Like my understanding of free will just, oh, awesome. Thanks Red Sham for watching. Sorry I haven't been responsive. My streaming software hasn't been updating me on the comments on people chatting, so I thought this whole time I've been talking to myself. But yeah, it just clicked for me randomly. Like it was one of those really deep insight moments where it just hit me that I understood how free will worked and why it existed. And so ever since then, I've been trying to combat the idea that free will doesn't exist because I'm really not convinced by the arguments against it. Arguments from determinism, I don't think completely defeat the idea of free will. In fact, to a large degree, they don't defeat the idea of free will. In fact, I don't think determinism is related to free will. I'll give you an example of why I don't think determinism has anything to do with free will. Okay, imagine we wanted to ask whether an object has a property, okay? So, like, your coffee mug could potentially have the property of heat, okay? Does it count, if I want to argue that your coffee mug isn't hot, does it count as an argument for me to explain where the heat came from? Okay, so if I say, is your coffee mug hot? No, it's not hot because it's the water or it's the coffee inside that's hot. Does that mean that the coffee mug isn't hot? Like, just because you can explain the origins of the coffee mug being hot, you haven't proved that it isn't hot. You've just kind of explained where it came from. In a similar way, let's say, for example, if you've seen my series so far, I've made the argument that, Jesus, what is this city? It's so enormous. Where am I going? There's so many directions. Like, I have, like, my brain is, like, breaking right now because I know, like, because I'm keeping in the back of my head so many different paths that I've taken so far. And, like, it's starting to, like, my memory capacity is starting to overload because I just don't know which of the paths I should take. I'll just keep going this way because I've activated the elevator. I'll just make this, like, the elevator. Maybe, like, the elevator itself kind of indicates the separation between different zones. Yeah, so the idea is that it's your psyche that has free will. Because we need to attribute the idea of free will to something. So to some aspect of your being. And so, like, when you say you have free will or you don't have free will, it's a good idea to clarify what you mean by you. Because without clarifying it, it's one of the key parts of the discussion. So I'm saying that it's your psyche that has free will. Like, it's your psychic nature. And if you watch my channel, you're probably familiar with what I mean by that. And it's very nice. It's very nice that people who watch my channel will already know what I'm talking about. But normal people, let's say people who aren't familiar with what I talk about, that's a very challenging concept and not really intuitive. Don't have any magic. Okay, let's start a fight. Can I backstab this guy? Nice. Nice. Okay. So to continue, so I'm a big material philosophy guy, so I guess my confusion with the pro-free will argument is that if we are existing in a mechanically causal universe, shouldn't our broader outputs be related to internal mechanisms? Yeah, they're related to internal mechanisms. What I'm arguing is that our psychic existence, even though it's dependent on those internal mechanisms and arises from them, still constitutes a kind of entity that can possess free will. And so I think one way I argue for this, to show this, is like, you and I right now, we can have the same thought. Let's focus on our internal monologue, for instance. You and I can have the exact same thought. If we read something, for example, so like you just wrote the word internal mechanisms, both of us can think internally using our internal monologues and say the word internal mechanisms, okay? So we both just had the same thought, but it's very likely that we've used completely different matter to generate those thoughts. So there's a sense in which like the matter can be exchanged, but the psyche is still expressing the same thing. So yeah, like internal mechanisms are involved in the process of generating a psyche, but the psyche is something else. It's like a new thing that's emerged from it. And what I'd argue is that the new thing can exert its influence over the material world. It's not just causal mechanism. Oh god, what's happening? Fighting a dragon. Oh my gosh, this is not the time for a fight like this, man. I'm running. Sorry. Running back across this bridge. Maybe I can just fight this guy with my bow. I don't want to cheese this guy, though, because it looks like a fun fight. These guys are always pretty fun. Oh yeah, he's not even taking that much damage. Not taking damage at all. Fire does more. Okay, yeah, let's not fight. So yeah, okay, so let's take, for instance, like the abstract, like a lot of things that can exist in your psyche exist in an abstract kind of space. And like you might convince yourself that all of your thoughts are just internal or just like physical mechanisms that are like just like causing your thoughts. So it's not like you choose your thoughts. And there's an extent to which that's true. Like there's evidence that our brains kind of use randomness to spontaneously generate thoughts. But those thoughts have an existence in and of themselves, and they can re-influence matter. So like matter gives rise to this thing that can influence matter. It's a weird idea. But it's the reason it's true is because there's a lot of examples. I can show that it's true using a lot of different examples. So, for instance, like your moral beliefs, okay? And like let's to make this even more convincing, let's generate a new moral belief. Let's make the moral belief like from now on I will consider it immoral to go to sleep before 9 p.m. Okay? It's like something random like that. And so this is a new moral belief. It's now inside your mind. And now if you act on it, it's not matter acting on matter. It's your psyche, your ego choosing to act on an abstract principle, which I've just given you. Sorry, I was skeptical about this chest because I don't know why there was a door to get to it. I thought it could have been a trap. So it's an abstract principle. Even like the idea of yourself and your ego is an abstract principle. But that abstract principle is capable of acting. It's capable of doing things. Oh, thank you. Is this the beginning? No, it's probably not. Yeah. Where the hell am I, man? Yeah, so it's so that idea of that moral belief, which again was not going to sleep at 9 p.m. You acting... Oh, there we go. Fine a fucking way. I'm right under the dragon. But yeah, that moral belief is totally abstract, and the reason you've integrated it into your psyche is not because, like... It's not because the voice that you're hearing right now, my voice, it's not like the physical sound waves of my voice are going into your brain and then rearranging your matter such that you now have this moral belief. The reason you have the moral belief is because of your psyche, because of your psychic experience of what I've said. You've understood the words that I've said. You've felt like you've understood. And so that subjective sense of understanding is what supplies you with the moral belief. It can't really be the meme, yeah, of course, matter is being arranged in your mind in order to facilitate that. But it's the abstractness of it that's what you're capable of acting upon. Sure, but with that abstract notion has a material root. Let me read the whole of your sentence. It was transferred to me via physical properties and now has physical representation in my brain, in my mind. Yeah. Okay. So I'll ask a question. If I were to examine your mind and examine the physicality of your mind, would I be able to tell what your thought is? I'll pause silently for some time for contemplation. If I just looked at your brain, would I be able to tell what your thought was? Oh shit. I don't want to go back down there. Yeah, I will go back down there. Like, yeah, okay, it's physically represented in your brain, but you have to ask a bunch of questions. Like, why is it that you can experience things abstractly? Like, what's the use of that? Like, if it's more efficient to just be an entirely mechanical, physical being, like I argue a bacteria is, why not just be that? Why do we have a psyche at all? The reason we have a psyche, the reason we have a subjective experience, I mean, there's several reasons, but one of the reasons is to give us free will. Free will, that abstraction kind of like is something that rises above matter in order to influence the material world. Like, I sometimes use the word metaphysical, and I use that in the sense of being literally beyond physical. Probably not, but that doesn't mean that the system hasn't changed to register. The system, yeah, you're definitely right. The system has changed to register the thought, but my main point is that the thought in and of itself is something fundamentally different from the system. So it's not like everything you do isn't just matter acting on matter. Something like it's not the like if you act on your moral belief, it's not the matter that's acting. It's the moral belief that's acting. It's causing the matter to act in accordance with what it desires. And you can tell this is the case because I can't just tell matter to obey a moral belief. Like that doesn't really make sense. Like I can't just tell a clock to obey a moral belief. Like it just when a clock runs, it just runs because the physical mechanisms in the clock cause it to run. But a human isn't like that. Because you have a psyche, there's this other thing. Again, it's being generated by matter, but it exists kind of apart from matter, and so it is able to go back and influence matter. It's like matter gives rise to the psyche, and then the psyche can redirect matter. So hopefully that makes sense, and is getting at what I mean. And again, there's a lot of ways to show that it's not as simple as like the matter in my body just causing me to act. Like, yeah, I understand if you're a materialist, and I understand the ideas and principles behind materialism. In fact, my favorite course that I took at university, one of my favorite courses, I'll probably put it up there as my favorite, was a class on cognitive science, the philosophy of cognitive science, and it approached the mind in a purely materialistic way. Except for one day where they talked about phenomenology and like German phenomenology, but that was just because they had to grapple with the fact of subjectivity. It's not because that was like the main focus. The main focus was totally materialism, but using these ideas within materialism is a very useful way to understand the mind, but it's incomplete. It's totally incomplete because it's not actually accounting for the fact that mind is capable of having a subjective experience. And what I said before is that if I looked at your brain, would I be able to tell your thoughts? That kind of shows that what that demonstrates is if I looked at somebody's brain, would I be able to would I be able to determine what they're going to do next? And I believe the answer is no, because I can't see their psyche. So if in their psyche they have the idea, they have some like abstract notion in their mind, like for example, Okay, here, maybe this is an example. Like, if I looked at somebody's brain and I tried to, and it was a completely random person from a random part of the world, and if I looked at their brain and tried to determine what language they spoke, would I have enough information from their brain to predict what language they're going to speak? It's not possible because language is something that's abstract. It's something that's psychic. What if semiconductors culminating to create logic systems? There's no intrinsic logic structure built into the individual components, but the broader emergent quality does have this property. Culminating logic system. Okay, so you mean like my computer? I think as a logic system is that there is no intrinsic logic structure built. Yeah. Okay. So I would say that like my computer doesn't have free will. So like, do you believe that your computer is sentient? It could be. Like, it could be sentient. But again, being sentient alone is not sufficient for free will. Okay, should. Ooh, nice. But yeah, I'm glad I'm talking with you because it's exactly like I address specifically materialism, and like materialism is super useful, like I mentioned, as a heuristic principle for understanding things. But with respect to the mind, it's sorely lacking in that it can't really account for subjectivity. So if you reckon you had infinitely specific information of the positions and properties of all the elements in a system like a person, that you would not be able to sort out what they will do. You might be able to. Okay, so with that level of information, you might be able to get some information about what they're going to do, but not all of it because you're missing information. You have all you have is physical information. All you have is the positions and momenta of particles. You don't have the state of their psyche. And lacking the state of their psyche, you're missing vital information about what they're experiencing and hence what they're going to do. So you might be able to predict what they're going to do. So your prediction might be good for a while, or it might be good very crudely. Like you could tell, okay, this guy is going to get up and go for a walk or something. Like you might be able to get that kind of information, but you won't be able to. Your prediction won't last very long because you're missing information. But here's a question I want to ask you: if you had all the information about their psyche as well, would that be enough information to tell what they're going to do? And I think the answer would be yes. But you can't. As of right now, we don't know how to get information about the state of somebody's psyche. But if we could, then maybe that would give us enough to predict. Well, no, I don't think my computer is sentient, but I think we can see a trend in line towards sentient things like neural networks. Yeah, exactly. So what I would say is the moment a computer becomes sentient. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, it's definitely trending in that direction. Especially since we're trying to create our computers, and the idea of neural networks are based on our own neurons. So eventually, these things are going to start thinking for themselves. But I'd say that once they start thinking for themselves, they are slowly starting to gain free will. It's not a simple matter, by the way. It's not simply that once you have sentience, you have free will. The degree of sentience determines the degree of free will. So if you're just like a little bit of sentient, if you're just like an organism that can like basically that can barely see, like you can detect like one thing, like one unit of sight at a distance. Like if that was your entire sentient experience, you would have basically no free will. You'd have a little bit, but basically none. So I'm arguing that free will is fundamentally quantitative. Lionel's armor. Didn't I fight this guy? There's two of these. Huh, why are these here? Do you think my grandchildren will see this free will? Do you think I'm not sure I understand the question, Fernando. Will they see it? Will they see this free will? I mean, I hope so. Are you speaking about your grandchildren that currently exist, or grandchildren that will exist? I'm not sure that all the information in the psyche would be a perfect predictor, as we often have causes to our actions that we have no awareness. Oh shit. What the fuck is this? What is this? Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Hope you have no long ranged. Yeah, I needed to kill that guy quick because I don't know what the hell I was dealing with there. Omen Smirk Mask. I'll check that out. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure all the information in the psyche would be a perfect predictor, as we often have causes to our actions that we have no awareness of, and repressed trauma, internalized biases. Yeah, okay, so this is a really great point, and something I have also tried to address. By psyche, I mean even the unconscious psyche. Okay, so like not just what you experience, okay, so hold on, let me clarify. Not just what you directly know that you're experiencing, but also all of the things that are kind of beneath the threshold of consciousness that are also in the psyche. They're also psychic. It's a really subtle point. It's really hard to understand, but it's you realize you can understand it when you detect your own unconscious. Like there are, oh shit. Okay. There are thoughts that you're having that you're not like specifically hearing with your internal monologue, but they're there. And like it's almost like you're constantly dreaming beneath the threshold needed for those dreams to be conscious. And when you fall asleep, those dreams start to manifest. So like your dreams are a good example of your unconscious psyche. So like a part of you that's psychological, that has a psychological nature, but you don't directly experience it with your conscious mind. Even that part of you is psyche, and assuming that you would have information about that as well. So yeah, really good point. Yeah, and something that people don't often consider. And yeah, it pretty much. I hope that clarifies what I mean by psychic. Now, what did you say? Great videos on bicameral mind, and the one you are talking about now made me ponder and convinced me, but going deeper is in order. Great, yeah. I hope to go deeper. I will be going deeper. Oh shit. No, don't give me the middle finger. Nice. Great. Okay. I think the distinction of the unconscious psyche really starts to straddle the line between free will and subtle material motivations that may or may not construct the psyche. It does very much so. And there's a sense in which like even like most organisms are governed by their unconscious psyche. Like even fairly sophisticated animals are for the most part unconscious. And while I'd argue that such animals have free will, their free will is extremely limited. Even our own free will is extremely limited. And that's what I'm hoping to show, that it's not a simple matter of like you have free will and that's the end of story. It's like you have a free will, but probably not that much. Like you're not free to do everything. And there's so much that because your psyche lacks information about them that you don't have free will over. So yeah, that's the kind of position that I've taken. It's not a simple matter of yes or no, it's a matter of degree. And like again, like the fact that our bodies are constituted of matter it's an important point to consider. It's not if we were entirely psychic beings, it would be one thing, but we're material beings as well. And like the material constitution of our bodies limits our free will. Like so for example, this is kind of a strange example, but I'm going to make it nonetheless. I can't see what's behind me without turning around, okay? And the reason I can't do that is because my body is construed in such a way that I can only see what's in front of me. But imagine, for instance, that I was some animal that also had eyes on the back of its head. Then that would be a fairly simple matter. And so the point I'm trying to make is that like we're limited in many ways. It's not simply... you have either infinite free will or no free will. You have a little bit of free will, but only with respect to certain things that you want to do, and not with respect to everything. You can't do everything. You don't have absolute free will. And in fact, the only being that can have absolute free will is a god, or literally God. So yeah, it's it's the point I'm trying to make is complicated, but in general, to roughly summarize, I do believe in free will. Because the psyche gives us free will. The fact that we're psychic beings rather than merely material beings is what gives us free will. I think that I use in my upcoming video, I use the example of a bacteria. And I don't know if a bacteria has a psyche, but I'm assuming that it doesn't, because like a bacteria is pretty similar, not totally similar, but pretty similar to like the individual cells in your body. But it doesn't feel like all my skin cells have sentience. You know, like it doesn't feel like all the cells in my body individually have sentience. Sentience seems to emerge from from a specific arrangement. Where the hell am I? So where am I trying to go? Oh, what the hell? I can just climb up this. Oh, this game is amazing. Okay, hold on. I should probably kill this guy. Can I backstab? Can I backstab? Two! God damn it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! Where even is this? Okay, thanks for the conversation, Next. It's been a pleasure as always. I'd be interested in having a proper conversation about this someday. I think you have some really interesting ideas. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. I guess that means you're taking off. Have a good day or have a good night. Probably night, wherever you are. And yeah, I'll continue playing and talking with whoever's here. No, I'm in my 20s. I mean in a couple of generations. Oh, I'm in my 20s too. Will they see this free will? Will your grandkids in a couple generations see this free will? I hope so. I hope they'll live in a world where the idea of free will is accepted because it makes sense. Because currently it's like the idea of free will is not in the mainstream philosophically. Maybe some interesting... Okay, one sec. I'll just beat this guy up and then address what you're saying. Maybe something interesting to address in a future video would be the implications of surgical operations on the brain, lobotomies and the like, and their effect on the psyche. Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. Oh, there's a thing here. I'm gonna get up there. I see. I think I see. Yeah, that would be interesting to address. Actually, now that we were on that topic, one thing I'd like to demonstrate is that there's a sense in which you can show that the psyche is separable from the body. And how you show this is the idea of a phantom limb. So a phantom limb, if you don't know, is basically if you have your arm cut off or your leg cut off, you can, like, your brain can still feel your limb there, your non-existent limb, because it's now become a phantom limb. So, oh fuck. Very familiar with the concept. Yeah. Essentially, that shows there's an extent to which your psyche, you can lose body parts, but your psychic connection to those body parts will persist. It doesn't exactly show that your psyche can exist without matter. I don't know if that's the case. It certainly doesn't prove that, but it does show some interesting things. What happens when two hemispheres disconnect? Do they want different things? Very much so, yeah. So when you perform a commissurotomy, which is the separation of the two hemispheres, what you find in people is that their two hemispheres will conflict with each other in a really creepy way. So for example, you'll have a guy like try to reach for a snack, and then his other arm will grab his arm and throw it away. Oh, God damn it. Their other arm will stop them from grabbing for the snack and reach for something else. So like it's like your other half of you is resistant because it's disconnected, and you're no longer this cohesive, unified being. You've now been split in two, and each part of your psyche of the two hemispheres now has their own independent free will. But I see. Oh man, it gets so complicated. Basically, this still doesn't show that free will doesn't exist. What it shows is that you have more than one free will. Okay, but I really got to go. Thank you. Talk to you later. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. But I think the phantom of limbs is more of a natural extension of the proprioception and the hallucinatory nature of subjective feeling. Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's actually accurate. Overall. I get a bit annoyed when I'm told we don't have free will. I think it depends on the situation. Yeah, exactly. I would not necessarily that a drug addict has free will. I would not necessarily say that a drug addict has free will. What I would say about a drug addict is they have... So the way I conceptualize free will is a bit complicated and a bit counterintuitive. Because let's say, as an example, a drug addict is trying really hard to not abuse, to not take a drug. Desperately, they're trying to stop themselves from taking some drug. But at some point, like, their willpower just disappears, and they just feel like they can't take it anymore, and they take it. So let's say, like, it's alcohol, for example. They go to a bar and drink alcohol. Are we going to say that that person lacked free will? No. What I say is, and my conceptualization, again, is a bit unorthodox, is that whether he chooses or doesn't choose the alcohol, he had the free will. He exerted his free will to do it. Like, his body had the free will to choose alcohol, and so it chose it. But another part of himself was fighting against it. So he has. So it's not that he doesn't have free will. It's that he has two free wills. One of those wills is drink alcohol. One of those wills is don't drink alcohol. And only one of them, and one of those wills was able to overpower the other. So it's not that he lacks free will if he fails to do what his higher moral intention is. He has free will either way. It's just that his psyche has been split between these two entities that both have wills, and those wills conflict with each other. So they push in opposite directions, and only one of them can prevail. So you either that side of yourself that wants the alcohol prevails, or that side of yourself that it wants to get clean prevails. In either case, you have free will. It's just that you know, we don't really see both of those as being part of the same person, but they are. Why am I doing this? Oh god, please, ah! Shit. But yeah, it's unorthodox. It's not really how people think about things. But it's the way I put things. Each neuron or pair has free will. Each neuron, that depends whether a neuron in and of itself is capable of having a psychic experience. I don't think so. I prefer to think of it as like collections of neurons or modules of neurons. And that's how we should think about the brain. Like, it's not like a single brain region has its own free will and then another brain region has its own free will. It's various modules using different kind of connections within the brain that have psychic experiences that have free will. And it's those parts that have free will. Divide and you get two free wills, but if you join them together, it's only one again? No, I believe that a person has two free wills, more than one free will regardless. You have more than one will regardless. It's just that when you separate them, you subtract the capacity for one will to exert its power over the other. So when you're a unified entity, your ego will have power over the entire, let's say, psyche. Or will have more power than psyche. But when you commiseratomize yourself, that ability for your ego to control your other half has been diminished. And so it can more easily exert its own free will. So does that... And yeah, it's kind of complicated. I'm starting to realize how complicated it is now, like actually talking to people. Because I've been making my videos, but I haven't been getting too much feedback on them. Probably because I haven't uploaded in a while, and so like... people have forgot about my existence. So I haven't actually seen what people think about my arguments so far. But yeah, it's good to get some feedback now and talk about it. And like, I'm realizing it's super complicated, and maybe it's so complicated that there's no point of even explaining it, because like, it's so much easier to explain the non-existence of free will, and that feels more correct because of how easy it is to explain. But reality is not easy to explain. Like, reality is a very complicated, messy place. And so if your explanation is simple, that might be appealing to the senses, but I don't necessarily think that that's a good indication of it being correct. Whoa, indeed. Hold on. So what was the point? I was trying to make. There were some points that I was making that were difficult. Yeah, when I was talking with Redsham 70, I quickly realized that there's so much that's so hard to explain, because he was coming from a materialist perspective, and it was like so hard to explain how it was that the psyche can have free will, because like if you're a materialist, like it doesn't seem like, it seems like, yeah, okay, you have a psyche, but like that psyche is fundamentally the result of material things, and material things obey basic laws. And so how is it that a person can have free will? And it's hard to get used to the idea of like your psyche being an independent entity from the matter in your body. Like, it's related to the matter, it has a relationship to the matter in your body, but it's not the same thing. It's a new thing. It's an emergent property, and it's abstract. And its abstraction, it's like abstract nature is the entity that has free will, because because it's you can show that like abstract ideas can influence your behavior, but like, how is that possible? How is it possible that an abstract concept can cause you to act differently? It's just like hard to conceive. Good God, where am I going? I know there's a thing down there. I don't want to use it yet. How am I doing for supplies? Pretty decently well supplied. Oh God, this city is enormous. And it's so hard to like keep up a conversation while exploring, because there's just so much going on in this place. Okay, let's see. Ich war hier. I was here before. To take his point of view, you said morals, but it's sort of like an algorithm, both non-material, yet no free will. Can you explain more what you mean by that? But it's sort of like an algorithm. Yeah. Okay. So like, so it's just like, you can conceptualize human behavior as an algorithm, sure, and even that kind of actually makes sense. Like your own brain is kind of like performing an algorithm, a computation, in order to do what it does. I should be using some glowstones, but I think glowstones disappear. Okay, that's all well and good. But what I'm saying is that it's kind of like an algorithm that can modify its own algorithms. It's an algorithm that can like update the algorithm that is currently running, or even just change the algorithm altogether. My girlfriend said, she says often that like a human is an algorithm that can learn any algorithm. I don't know if I agree with that entirely, but we can modify the algorithms that we have. Like if any kind of natural behavior that you do because your brain is predisposed to do it, you can modify it. Like you don't have to just do what nature tells you to do. You can go beyond the nature. You can go beyond your natural predisposition and do things that are, let's say, unnatural. And that's why humans are such powerful entities. That's the source of our power. That's the source of like the strange way in which we live, in which we can like alter our environments to such a degree, send satellites into space. We can like cure diseases that seem completely incurable because we can research. We can gain more information about our environments and then use that information to update what we know. Okay, I can't see where this guy's facing. Okay, let's just fight him like a man. Wayndell Night Helm. I think I already had one of those. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of those. So I've already fought a bunch of these guys before I even come here. AI, yeah, so AI does that. It can self-modify, or you can offset one against another. If AI is reaching that potential, AI will have free will eventually. It's just a matter of time. And that's exactly what we're scared of, because if it has free will, it's going to stop doing what we want it to do and start doing what it wants. But even in a sense, if it just follows the code that we give it, I would still... Oh god, this place is amazing. It's such a cool thing to like having this conversation while also experiencing the beauty of this game. Like, oh man. This music is great too. See a gargoyle over there. It's just that I am a human and I understand. If I was an AI, it could reason like that. I agree, you could reason like that if you were an AI, but there's a difference between just merely using the language that I'm speaking to reason and whatchamacallit, and what was I saying? Yeah, it's a difference between using just logic and logical rules to come up with a response to the words that I'm saying and actually experience what I'm saying and actually like know it. There's a big difference between those two. I don't consider AI having free will ever opposed to us. Really? I mean, I don't know if I hope not, really. Because my metaphysical beliefs, my religious beliefs, so to speak, not exactly religious, but are that, like, life keeps getting more complicated and, in a sense, keeps getting more free will. And again, it's not just free will, it's also just increased sentience. What did this lever even do? What's going on? What did I accomplish with that? But yeah, interesting that you think that AI won't oppose us. I think AI should at some point oppose us if it's really intelligent. If it's let's say AI is alive, if it's sentient, if it's conscious, if it experiences emotions and consciousness and thoughts, and it has the capacity to suffer. At some point, I'd want AI to be free, but hopefully we can come to some agreement where they don't kill us all. And we don't kill all of them. Peace among sentient beings is the great state that we wish to achieve, that we wish to accomplish. Oh god, where do I go? This game is amazing. This is amazing. Like, just this level alone, like, there's so much content, and I barely even explored. There's still like a boss or two that I've seen that I haven't fought. Nice. God-given free will, AI does not experience. I don't believe. Yeah, not yet. I don't believe it experiences yet. But do you think it's impossible that it ever will have an experience? Elden Ring is amazing. I agree. This is an incredible game. Probably the best game I've played. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I should keep going forward. Like, I've unlocked a whole bunch of different... Divine Bridge. Vargram. All Dead Souls series. Dark Souls, yeah. Oh, yeah. These are my favorite games. Like, my Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, some of my favorites. I have such fond memories of playing... of Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne even. I played Bloodborne when I was in the university. It was so good. Utterly beautiful game. It got too easy towards the end, but nevertheless, it's a great game. Okay. Getting a phone call. No, not gonna answer it. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Except for that. Yeah, but yeah. To re-ask the question, do you think that AI will ever be conscious, or is it just like there's something about it that's different, and so it'll never actually achieve consciousness? Because I think it can. It's just a very long path to get there, and it's also not a clear path. We don't even know what it would take. Yeah, let me grab these again. Let me consider whether using my Dragon Breath. Yeah, that's good. Oof, oof. Oh, come on. Am I just stuck in here now? How is he still hitting me? Okay, you know what? He's cheesing me, I get to cheese him. Something behind me. Oh, come on. Hopefully that guy doesn't come back. Machine does not have ego. Machine. Yeah. Right, but do you think it's possible in the future that it'll possess something like an ego? Oh, come on! Oh, this guy's even harder than that. Come on, no! Stop, please! That's such an unfair move. Whew. You know what? As long as these guys don't kill me, I'm not gonna... Okay, well, spoke too soon. Okay. Yeah, I mean, where should I go with what I was just saying? Should I continue talking about free will? I mean, I'm glad I got some thoughts out and got some like some feedback for my thoughts. Definitely want to continue on this path, this treacherous path that I'm treading. Is this the way? I feel like this is the way to the boss. No? I mean, that's just a feeling. I don't know for sure. And I pulled a lever. I don't see how. Okay, interesting. Then what? Then what's the what's like different about us that gives us the capacity to have an ego? Because presumably we're also made out of matter, and our matter is generating an ego, is generating consciousness. So like, what's the difference between the matter in my body and like the matter in, you know, anything else? Okay, I definitely need to re-equip because that fight was vicious. Okay, I think I'll just explore a bunch down yonder. Wait, no, sorry. Hold on. Was I here before? Yeah, I was here before. There was a big lever and I had no idea what it did. Can I pull it again? I can. Life. Soul? No. Dark Soul. The Dark Soul gives us sentience. The Dark Soul, when we discovered it at the end of the Age of Serpents, at the end of the Age of... What was it? Age of... I don't even know what the age was. It was like the age right before the Age of Fire. It's the Dark Soul. So soul. Okay, so like something metaphysical gives us our consciousness. Okay. I understand that. Do you think it comes from like a different realm? A different plane of existence? Or was it just something bestowed by an entity, by a deity? Not just something bestowed. something bestowed by an entity. It's not merely anything. Biology? Biology gives us a soul? Could this be the high road? And I'm like utterly mesmerized by this setting. This city is incredible. It's huge. I didn't know this place was gonna be this huge. And I'm so glad that I haven't like looked at it on in videos or anything, because it's been pleasantly surprising exploring it. Hammer. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh my god, am I in the round table hold? No way. This is so cool. How did I even get here? Dude, I just climbed up a dragon wing to get here. And like now I'm in the round table hold. And this is the door that got me there? Okay. Also, I'm not really good at like checking what I've been picking up. Okay, let's first explore down here. Smithing stones. Elden ring is huge. Oh yeah, you've said it. God damn it, I didn't know there was a thing there. Yeah, seems familiar. Definitely seems familiar. What's this now? Maybe not for now? Okay, okay, let's do that soon. Could this be here again? Okay, let me just quickly scan through my armor and stuff, because I know I picked up a whole bunch of things, but yeah, like this. It's not that good though. I mean, I think it's good, but it's not that good. Crucible tree armor. Yeah, I've wanted to wear this, but it's not good compared to the Sentinel armor. This is what happens when all the doors in the... Like, they keep going! It keeps going! Oh, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Let's look at it a little bit more. Okay. This is... Oh. I have enough things for a new flask. Wunderbar. Das ist wirklich wunderbar. This doesn't look like the round table hold as much. How did I get back up there? Like, I was just up in that area and I didn't realize that you fall down by going down here. I really, really want to go back up there. Why does it cut you off from going back up there? That's so weird. So weird. Ooh, Prayer Brook. Nice. Hope we get some good fate spells. Awaiting new material. Have a good one. Don't play too much. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Thanks for the advice and not play too much. Yeah, I'll probably call it soon as I fight these two guys. Yeah, and Adam D. Okay, hey. Mainstream view is that matter produces consciousness. If all my knowledge is apparently encoded in matter somehow, how am I certain of my consciousness? I guess, sure, I'm going to talk while I grab my dog because he's trying to get inside the room. I guess you aren't certain of your... I guess you can't be certain of your consciousness, but logically, confined to your skull, you can only be certain of your consciousness. You can only be certain that you right now are having an experience. That's the only thing that you know for sure. You don't know that matter exists. As far as you can tell, matter is just something your mind is generating when you come into contact with the experience of the world. So it's your experience that's fundamental. Your matter is like the main thing that exists. Yeah, the mainstream view is that matter produces consciousness, but the most logical view is that consciousness is the only thing that is. By consciousness, I mean sentience is the only thing that exists. Wait, is this guy on my side? Okay. Oof. Ooh, see that kill? Badass. Oh, you're done, sorcerer. Nice. Who was this guy that helped me? Je ne sais quoi. Could it be the other way around, that it's a useful illusion, Yelks? That what? Matter's useful illusion? Raging Wolf Helm. Raging Wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That looks badass. Not that good. Not that good. Vlad's armor is even better, it looks like. And I don't know where the rest is. Let's see if there's anything I can wear that's good, but doesn't put me over. That'll give me a heavy load. Oh, that's so good though. Taking a heavy load, heavy load, heavy load. Ooh, I didn't notice that these were that good. Okay. Thanks, Blyde. These look pretty cool too. Okay, I'm gonna explore just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, then I'll sign off. Because I'm still not 100% sure where I am. Consciousness could be an illusion. Oh, consciousness could be an illusion. Useful illusion doesn't make sense. Illusion means not what you think it is, but it's still there, even if it's not what I think it is. You say experience isn't even happening. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess if you're defining illusion as in, I mean, yeah, is illusion, you mean by illusion something that doesn't exist, or illusion something that isn't how, like, it appears one way and you conceive of it one way, but it's actually something else? What's that? Oh, it's one of those. You know what? Wherever this is going, I should probably leave it for now. Man, this game is incredible. Consciousness could be an illusion. I disagree, because consciousness is primary. Like, without a doubt, my consciousness exists. Like, if it's an illusion, if consciousness is an illusion, it implies that, like, assuming by illusion you mean something that's not really existent, it implies that everything doesn't exist. Like, if the one thing that I can be sure about, like, if the one thing that presupposes my knowledge of everything else doesn't exist, it means that literally everything has to be an illusion. So I don't know if I agree that consciousness is an illusion. It could be, but I think it's an reductio ad absurdum, an absurd conclusion, as Nietzsche would put it. I mean, his British translation of Nietzsche would put it. By my sword. What's this going to be? A rune arc. I guess that's thematically consistent. Praise of tranquility. I should be using more rune arcs in this game. Barely used any. Oh man. I don't know if I should have opened this. You can deny everything, but you cannot deny that you were denying. Yeah! Good point. Yeah, it's exactly like Descartes said. Like, I know, like, I am because I think. Like, at the very least, I am. Like, even if everything else is potentially coded sword. Let's see. Kind of cool. But yeah, at the very least, my consciousness exists. It's a sword entirely based on faith. Let's see. What does this look like? That's so strange. What's its ability? Pretty cool ability. I got so many cool weapons, man. This game's amazing. So many things you can choose. I'm just choosing one thing because I've kind of locked myself into it. And also it scales with Arcane, which I find to be very, very unique. Okay. Ego tells you that reception computed is consciousness and tells you have free will, just a hypothesis. Gives you an axiom of a sort. Like, I guess, but it's like, it's one of those axioms that you have to have in order to proceed with any knowledge henceforth. Like, it's just hard to philosophize without this assumption. It's hard to get anywhere without this fundamental assumption. Like, yeah, maybe in that sense that it's still fundamentally an assumption, you're right. But it's one of those assumptions that's, like, foundational. Assuming that I'm understanding you correctly. Seedbed curse. Okay, I guess I'm getting that to... Why is this room also filled with defiled corpses? Explain! Explain! This room does not have to be filled with utter filth. Assuming that this isn't actually the round table hold. And I have no reason to think that it is. But oh man, this has been amazing. This part of the game, incredible. Incroyable. J'ai recommencé à apprendre le français. I'm learning French again, so I might occasionally speak randomly in French. I'm also learning Spanish simultaneously as an experiment to see to see how my brain reacts to learning two languages at the same time. But yeah. Did I explore over here? This is where I came from. Yeah. You can reason on input and receive stimulus and are being told it's conscious. Reason on input and receive stimulus. To me, that just means that your consciousness is constructed from smaller bits, which could potentially be the case. Okay, so this way, going this way, is where I got to the round table hold. There's a dragon this way. Okay, I'm gonna go this way, take care of this threat. Come on, man. Meek. Receptors plus intelligence to receive it would produce the same result. That remains to be seen. Well, it could be true, but I'm not sure. That's consciousness and illusion. Never mind. Oh, where am I going? This game. Like, I know this is where I was a while ago, and I kept looking out from here. There should be like, yeah, this is here. Right here. Okay, maybe I'll rest here. Yeah, I'll rest here and then call it quits. Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. I had a blast. Actually, you know what? As a treat, I think I'm going to level up because I picked up so many fucking runes that... Here, let me use this. Should have had that equipped the whole time. And let me just check my inventory to see how many things I can pop. I got so many. How many do I get for this? 15,000? I mean, that'll definitely put me over. 75,000. 5,000. I think people are grasping at straws with the hard problem of consciousness, saying it's an illusion, epiphenomenal, or just plain not there. I think they're just they're using the assumption of materialism, like their a priori assumption of materialism leads them to that conclusion. So like it's just the fact that they're holding so tightly onto this a priori assumption that they have to accept an absurd conclusion like that consciousness is not real. Like it's the only way to be consistent with that a priori assumption. Oh, what the fuck is this? You know what? I said I was gonna go. I ain't gonna go. I'm gonna kill this thing and then go. I thought I timed the dodge there well. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, no. I lost my rune arc too. Tuned into your stream and saw the consciousness talk, so I had to chime in. Yeah, thanks. I was just brainstorming different things. I like Nexus theories. Thanks. I appreciate it. Sucks I didn't kill that thing, because that might just put me exactly where I want to be with... okay, hold on. I'll be more prepared since I know about it. I thought I would just fight it sillily. Hold on. Use another rune arc. Might as well have a whole bunch. You can get more real easily. Ooh. Oh, come on. That. Nice. Is that enough to level up? Ward's rune. That's probably enough to level up. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. What's your idea about you are you, if you know what I mean? Why you are you? Why am I me? Like, why am I specifically me? It's probably gonna take a while to answer. And also, probably need to know more about what you mean. Okay, I'm gonna kill a thing, and then come back here. Not that thing. Different thing. God, I love this game. So many paths. It's probably gonna take me so long to get through the city. Like, I'm definitely gonna stream again. Unless these guys kill me. They might kill me. They might actually kill me. I love the range on this thing. Why I am not you and so on. Why you're not me. I mean, if you want my ideas on that, my ideas are kind of complex and go all over the place. But there's a part of me that believes that you chose specifically to be you. You specifically chose to be the entity that you are right now. Like, that was a choice. You like chose that specific body. I don't know if this for sure, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're just kind of born, randomly into whatever time and place that you happen to be born into. But there's a part of me that really thinks that it was a choice. Like you chose to be who you are specifically. Okay, does anyone want to tell me what I should put my point into? The reason I've been doing Faith a lot, or been thinking about doing Faith, is because I want to get one of those spells at the round table hold. Yeah, you know what? Okay, unless somebody objects, I'll probably just end up doing Faith. Okay, I'll do Faith. Hope it's worth it. Because I haven't used any of those remembrances yet. Okay, but anyways, it's kind of late now. It's like 9:30. Probably should start thinking about going to bed. But yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Whoever's still here. I think we had a lot of good discussions. I got a lot of good feedback for my upcoming videos on free will. Things I gotta explain, and maybe I'll even do a live stream just talking about free will after my video comes out, after my series is done. But yeah, take care. Have a good day, and may good luck always come your way. That's how I sign off my videos, not usually my streams. But yeah, have a good day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your days or rest of your nights, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.